Are you hanging out right there? Yeah, dude, I love it, dude. How, like, yesterday we had a warlock over in the Carnage arena, just straight up boarding back to the starting area every single time he needed a defensive until the game like spat him out after a few seconds. But he can still hit through the wall. You know, some people would say that this kind of spot stuff is BS, but that warlock stuff was actually cheat code. This I just find really, really funny. Just because it's like, it's just like as a rogue, I'm like, I could never think of myself just getting up there. Just a class diff right there. Kal-El, quick kitty, we got us some roots. Are you first? Or is Sensei first? It looks like Roots is going to be first up. Morales, dude. The Pallies, though. Oh, man. Now he's probably thinking like, oh, man, I kind of want to go back to fighting against an Og or a Devoker. But, man, Morales does get himself a proper stun. Does get himself cooldowns rolling in. Wake of Ashes playing the Herald. Does go for the Trinket. Off of that stun for Roots. Maybe an opportunity to catch a reset, but with that Dawnlight. That ain't happening. Also, I'm a huge fan of the Warbear woolies that they get added for everybody, not just like the classes. By the way, big fan of the pants option. I think it was super good idea for them to add that as a MOG item. Morale is just not charging. I'm actually kind of surprised. Unless you just try to show off the mounts. Also, I like the full purple set, by the way. Is that the elite one? That looks great. Bubble immediately. It sees cooldowns out of Roots hurt me as he goes up for a little bit of that parry. Maybe that'll be enough for him to just play a bit of defensively here, but eventually once you get the Dawnlight rolling and the dot rolling, that could maybe be kind of painful. The Morale's taking a little bit of damage here. Actually, maybe the bubble and then popping the defenses and then keeping the pressure on him. Try to still play super defensively. I don't know if that's what you want to do. I honestly thought you would want to rush in. But he's just kind of letting second wind come back. That consecration is not really helping you at all. Reflect up for a moment. Morale's trying to be very careful with a Hodge. Stun right after. Does he have a bop? Shield of Venice should keep him alive and healthy. Does go for a proper stun. Human Rage allowed with a layer in hand. Still got himself a Blessing of Protection in case he ever... Or does he have a Blessing of Protection? I'm not seeing Bop on his cooldown, so I don't even know if he's actually expected to Bop. I think that was his last big Forbearance immunity button. Fear out by Roots. Still taking damage to that dot damage though. Honestly, I feel like you should change the name from Roots Hurt Me to Dots Hurt Me at this point. Roots Hurt is a warrior for sure. For sure. But Dots from Glimmer, or no, not Glimmer, Dawnlight? Could change the name. I'm actually surprised you didn't do a warrior named Dawn Hurts Me. Because I feel like that's been your bane of existence. Does get a full wake, does get that dot rolling, and they're about to amp that dot by like what, 40% or something. Big demolition charges around. Morales may not have anything here. It does end up breaking away a bit of damage. Full burst just commits everything into the Paladino with immediate parry. Chicken cannot go for a proper stun here. Does go for the trees with the stun. It's gonna be spear as he goes in for Starfire. Big damage. I don't think there's any way to deal with it. Yeah. It is over. The damage amp that they have for the what is it called? The Grove Guardian? Guardian of the Grove? I don't even remember. The Grove one. The Grove Druid is actually kind of nuts, honestly. Especially if you do the Wrath setup. Especially if you do just a full like Wrath damage too in particular. That is literally easy. Yeah, it's tough, man. It's tough. It'd be like that though in 1v1s. It'd be like that. Cleave? I don't even know if they're connected actually. I think I did. Check and try to see if he can back up out of the root with a silence on the parasite. Does give him a second to at least breakaway to catch a couple of regrowths. But it's just a matter of time until a big kick with a left it, quick hit and run, backed up out of there, swung around the actual full pillar and just back on top of the druid, dude. Actually can just weave in and behind the pillar so quickly, so easily. Full Convoke just for the recovery. Tell me you play Meta Convoke. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Technically, I can still go for a decent setup. Parasite picking up the ice. He does see where the druid is at. He's going to go for regrowth or two. Next stun is going to be very deadly. So you really got to just have a way to stop the stuns or deal with the stuns. No Barsky for this one. That's a disarm midway through. That does help out quite a decent bit actually. Stops a lot of the damage. Imprison does not help at all. The Sigil of Fire doesn't help either. Metamorphosis, that's going to give him another big go here with a glaive. That's a lot of damage. Trying to see if he can back up out of there, but does rush it, does land the kill. That's just a lot of damage to deal with, man. The predictable pre-parry, the opener still die. It is rough, honestly. It is rough. Did he even try to stun you in the opener? I think he just saw the pre-parry and then he just kind of dropped down the trees, didn't he? Could be wrong on that. This is what it looked like. But yeah, I mean, at that point, I think, what is it? You got rooted or ursuled or something like that? Aizen is waiting for Chills. I think they're just like, yo, Chills, save us. Parasite, the Demon Hunter, please. Because last time it worked out really well. Last time Chills did do pretty good. And Aizen is going to walk up. A little bit of the honor bow. I love it. Love seeing it. He's just trying to say, oh, is it Chills? Is it not Chills? Okay, a bit of confusion. Aizen, I think, wanted to come up and say hello. Just do a nice little bow. But then the pets are out. I think maybe Chills didn't see Aizen was out there. Maybe that's what happened. Oh, you recovered a lot of health back here anyway. Huh. It was Chill's turn. So, well, I guess Chill's just send his cooldowns now. So at that point, maybe just let Aizen and let Chill's recuperate cooldowns. Because he's AFK. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, no worries, no worries. This works out anyway, right? Because Aizen got cooldowns, Parasite got some cooldowns, but Chills now, I mean, he just sent an army. Imagine trying to force him to duel Parasite when he is down on cooldowns. I think it was a bit of confusion. Big burst out for Parasite. Aizen's super low. Does get himself the hammer dropping over onto the Demon Hunter with the blind Searing Glare. You can't really meld this skin yet. Just gonna run. Just gonna zoom behind the pillar and just stay midair, trying to make sure there's no Hodge to follow up. I don't think he would have one though. Aizen maybe looking for a bubble. Does go for lay on hands. Bubble's still in play. Spell Warden in play. He might have to bubble this though. He'll definitely have to bubble it. Yeah, Spell Warden will not be active fast enough. Parasite just burned through the entire health bar so quickly with an immunity. Stun can still be deadly. Aizen needs to be aware that you can still stun Parasite. Why is he got the immune? He knows. Shrink it. Try to see if he can back in there with the stun to follow. Get himself the Ibium. Maybe enough cleave. This is the most amount of damage he's got stunned right after. Is it going to be enough? Glaive thrown in. Does get the kill. It does get the kill. I'm actually so surprised. That glaive does quite a decent bit of damage, man. The stun lock into another stun lock. At that point, all you can do in that situation is, do you have a shield of vengeance? Do you have a blind? Well, that's about all you can really work out for. That is so rough, man. That is so rough. Hello, friend. I see you again after a bunch of hard years. Felix, how you doing, my guy? Hope you're doing good. I think they're trying to figure out who's going to be next, who's going to be whatnot. Is it Chills? Or is Chills going last? Dude, making him... I feel like we should probably... I mean, he was supposed to go next. He should probably go now, especially looking at the dampening. That's only going to get worse. You know what I mean? Is Chills? Okay. Well, for Parasite, that's at least an opportunity to re-heal. I mean, yeah, I'm okay with that. Yeah, I'm okay with Sensei healing him at that point. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Okay. I mean, by the time Chills hits him, Parasite would have recovered a decent bit of health. But I guess this way it becomes like a auto duel in a way. I mean, Conan is more or less, it looks like he's meeting the challenge. He's meeting the auto duel. How do you have one weapon equipped but the other sheathed? How does that work? Huh? How does that work, actually? Stone into Parasite does have the spear. Full burst does go for a meta. Does break him out of that spear. Staying down with the darkness. Full damage. Counter attack and Conan. Full big sweeps back to back with a hunt right after. Gives him the big glaive combo. Does go for a short stun. Fear right after. Unless Conan get a lot of healing right now. He's going to be a bit of trouble. Maybe can go for a healing. Does it reflect and imprison back to Parasite? But it's the type of imprison that stops the damage. For some reason, I thought Imprison was like a more of a physical, like, CC. But it's full magical, apparently. You can just reflect it back at the guy. Full Ibium cleave, I think it's just over. Yeah, that is rough. It Chills back. Just might be completely AFK. But at the very least, it's giving him as much of a chance here. If he is back. Oh, he's back. There it is. There it is. The DKs are trolling? The DK are trolling? I don't think so. I think you're just confused. I think you just maybe saw Parasite walking up and you thought, oh, I'm next. I'm just like, okay, never mind. My cooldowns are down. All right. I mean, if somebody's got AFK, somebody's got AFK for a second, right? No big deal. Chills does get himself a proper setup with the ghoul. That is going to be Parasite with the meta, trying to see if he can go a bit counter offensive. Does go for the sigil. Chills breaking out of it with the dome down immediately. Kind of expecting a lot of chaos damage out of Parasite. Stun to follow. Have himself the entire army of undeads. Even the gargoyle in. As long as he can keep Parasite in the open, does end up gripping it back in. Oh, that is a lot of damage there from all those pets. And also those frost bolts from the mages. Yeah, that does look different. I was thinking to myself, like, there's no shot. That looks completely not the same. It used to look like a normal mage's like classic frostbolt, but now it has a bit more of this like glacial bolt instead. Snowy effect. Stunner shields with the volley. He can't escape. I think it's just over. Yeah, just hit through a wall. That is rough. I like how you got enough time to just turn around completely. Parasite does pick up 3 though. That is rough, man. That is rough. That high dampening, there's no recovery after that. At that point, all you can do is just, I guess, walk out of the volley, but that's tough though.